Hi guys, it's me Andrea. I will show you a page I made, but before I start, I will with the page. I will show you what I did. I used this Viva Decor stencil, and I use it as a normal stencil, spray through it, but I will use then the reverse or the front, turn it around and use it like a print or a stamp. So that's the yellow. Turn it around on the other page and dab it down, and then you are left with this positive, negative, whatever it is. So the next layer is I off-center the stencil slightly to the left. You can see the edge left, and use some orange and do the same. Turn it around, and I have a third one with the rest of the paint, a third page. I'm not showing it here. So this is even off center to the left. I use black. The problem with the black is I didn't want to have it too dark. The nozzle needs to be cleaned a bit, but it gets often too or quickly too dark. So that's why I use it quite sparingly. But as you can see here, when I take it off, it didn't give the result I wanted. So I'm experimenting a bit, and I didn't want to use more spray. First I show you this. That's what you get, very blurry look when you off-center the stencils all the time. It's really nice. So but now I try to find out how I get the black on the page without having it too dark. First I use here acrylic paint, dab it on, turn it around, and try to get the image, but it didn't work properly. It dried too quickly, and then I put it on directly without dabbing it through and try, but it didn't work at all. So what I did then, you can see me here desperately trying to get a nice impression, but I take my stencil now and put the image on directly. I forgot to video it, of course, but very lightly I stencil the black acrylic paint through the stencil, and yeah, that's what I'm happy with. To get a bit of different color on, I wanted to have a bit of this green, that's a Lumiere in emerald. I go through the stencil in a normal way and have some spots here and there, not a lot, tiny bit. Do that on all three pages, and here they are. You can see that one sprayed through stencil. It's really nice, but it has a white background. That's what I didn't want to. I will work on that later, of course, but I wanted to have a bit more going on, and that left this two to choose from. And I will definitely go for the darker one on the left. Exactly. So, and now I start with the page. I drew down some whimsical houses. Start with a pencil. You, of course, can't, you will see it later, but in this stage it's difficult to see. I'm a quick drawer, am I? The next step, of course, with my black Posca will make it visible. I drew down two of these wonky houses. I like to sketch them like this. I really think they are cute. So, yeah, and I can do it. That's a good thing. I can draw them. So to get rid of a bit of the background, I put a gesso on top, and I will put a second layer on top. And you will still see a bit of the background, but that's okay, and I really like that. There will be more paint on top, of course, but here for the roofs, I will use the pomegranate seed. That's one of the new colors from the dilution paint. Absolutely beautiful, love it. And the other roof I will use this Postbox red. And that of course covers everything and you won't see the background shining through. But from the houses here, from the walls, I use the white dilution paint and it's still not 100% covering and the background shines a bit through. And that's good. That's what I wanted. And I only put one layer on, that's enough. Go in with the grey to start shading already a bit. I paint here into the white dilution while it's still wet, that I can blend it out better. So before I draw the lines back, I put some of this yellow paint down for the windows, you know, as a light that shines out. And that works with this tiny bits. It works better when you do that before you line it out. Or outline it again, line it out. Yeah, okay. English is quite difficult. So, and I do the outlining with my relief paste from Marabou. I don't know if you know that, but it's actually for glass, an outliner for glass painting. But it's perfect to have these raised lines. I really like that. And some of the roof tiles with it, only a few. Don't want to cover the whole roof. So now I mask off this inside lines because I wanted to extend the whole painting with the same colors, yellow and orange, but I wanted to have a clear cut, a clear line. And that's why I put the masking tape down. That's actually post-its in this tape form. It's quite practical, really, and it's not ruining your paper or whatever. It's on top of your paper. That's a stencil from Crafters Workshop. It's called Cell Theory. It's the mini one. So you can see when I lift the mask here that you still have this frame. And I will definitely enhance the frame with some colors, with some pens later. First I will fill in this heart on top of the roof with another relief paste that's cherry red and the other one with the purple. It gives a dimension. Bit of shading now. I start at my actually pit paint the big brush and I start here with a lighter orange and I will go over to a darker one. As I always say, it's always better to start with the lighter one, and if it's too light, go for a darker one, but the other way around it won't work. So start light, and when it's not enough, use a darker one. And I will use it on the edges as well, but before I do that, I have my Stabilo here. It's a fine liner in grey, and do a bit of shading around the windows and the doors. It's so tiny, so it's more precise with a fine liner. And as I said, I go and enhance this lines, the frame lines, even darker with my Stabilo All. That's a crayon-like pencil, and you can activate it with water to blend it a bit better. Bit of white highlights here and there, especially on the roofs, of course. The house itself is white, so no point. In the windows, of course, a bit. And on the doors, and that's it. And I go around with it's an alcohol ink marker around some of the dots, not all of them, the biggest one. And I will use my Stabilo All again to give these ones I circled a shading. Same way, I put it down and then activate it with water, with my water tank brush. Really like to work here with the water tank brush. It's the fine brush, and you don't need to take water off all the time. Some highlights with the Sharpie again, and I ground my houses with some sketchy lines. And I think that's it. That will be the title now, and it will be Home is Where. Yeah, home, and I stamped farther down the same way. You couldn't see it, so that's why I don't show it. Home is where my habits have a habitat. That's quite funny, isn't it? And it is by Fiona Apple. Haven't got a clue who she is, but I found that and I really like that, so I use it here. Bit of shading with my grey alcohol markers, and this is already the close-up. I had a lot of fun making this page. I really love it. I think this house is so cute, and I hope you liked it, and if so, please will you give me some thumbs up, and you could leave me a nice comment. I would be happy about that. And I thank you a lot for watching, guys, and I hope I will see you with my next project soon. Have a fantastic time, guys. Bye bye.